Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Spotlight from University of Ibadan. I'm Moses Ololade, the host, and as we've promised, the Spotlight Room is actually where we all learn from each other by bringing the people who have done the kind of things we want to do, and also by learning from their mistakes and also the things that can also make each and every one of us get better. So today we are joined by someone who is not just on first class in the top, one of the toughest faculties in UI, Faculty of Law. He's also somebody that is passionate about helping others around him by sharing of academic resources, holding of tutorials, and all of that. So, welcome, Joseph, to Hojade.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you too. Joseph, for those that do not know you, how would you describe yourself? Who are you? And like in a few words, how would you describe yourself?
Okay, yeah. As you said, I'm Joseph Tojede,
Okay.
and I'm someone who likes excellence
Mm,
as well as a student.
wow,
I'm very
excellent.
interested in academic excellence. So, as much as I try to be excellent myself,
Okay.
I try to also raise others who are also excellent in
Mm,
the academics. So, I conduct tutorials for students, both university aspirants and also law students across
wow.
Nigerian universities.
Wow, that's really interesting. It's so good to have you here. Joseph, you're actually in first class in law. And what does it feel like to be on first class, first of all? Like to actually be there was one thing that a lot of people don't know to be on first class.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a good one. Like it makes you kind of confident.
Mm,
Yeah, among not because you want to be proud, right?
okay.
But you are just confident,
Mm,
and because you see your efforts yielding results, it
yeah.
makes you happy and yeah, for people to be on first class, it's just being diligent
Mm,
and let me say paying the price of managing time well. People
mm,
get distracted by a lot of things.
yeah.
Anybody can be on first class.
Mm,
Anybody can be on first class.
yeah. Anybody can be on
Anybody can
first
be on
class.
first class.
Okay.
So just the only difference is that many people refuse to pay the price of let me say sacrificing their time to read the late
Mm,
nights
yeah.
and paying attention in class and all of that.
So, what was your like 100 level first semester like? What were you like in 100 level? Because what I believe that to be on first class, you have to start building your grades
From one level.
from your first semester in 100 level. So, what was yours like?
My first semester level,
Mm-hmm.
I got caught up in a lot of things. I think when I resumed that time, I wasn't so buoyant financially. So I
Mm,
was doing a lot of things, teaching art tutorials, physical tutorials. So I was
yeah.
running from UI, Agbo, Dugba, and all of those places. So it was very difficult balancing everything.
Mm,
So I finished on the level first semester with a 3.43
3.43.
out of my so that's
Mm,
self-class upper.
mm-hmm.
So I just knew that guy, this is dangerous.
Mm.
Then I just picked some advice and second semester I almost had a perfect GP. So I had one B. So it skyrocketed the GP to
Wow,
96.
that's really interesting. Was it what was your secondary school, primary school like? Were you always intelligent and
Yeah,
that diligent?
I've always been.
So it has always been that kind of like the spirit of excellence, wanting
Exactly.
to be the best among the best.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really nice. Okay. Joseph, you are a penultimate students, law students on first class. So and you still tutor others, you still read, you still do all of that. How do you find balance? Like how do you balance everything?
I like saying something that there's no real balance per se.
Mm,
It's just sacrifice.
mm,
So many times because even once if you really want to balance, that means everything will just be at equal level. That means
mm,
there will be no excellence. Like
mm-hmm.
you not be best at anything. Just let me say you are just good in everything around. You not be better and you will be best per se. But what I do is that I just give priorities. So if I know that this time at least for the first weeks of the semester you
Okay.
can still do some things, you can teach, go around and just try to read your own books. But
Mm-hmm.
when it gets to exam period, you prioritize your reading, blocking per se. That's what we do. we lock in. Sometimes I have to just go to KDA, stay there
Yeah, you're
throughout
always
the.
in KDL.
I don't, not anymore, though, but yeah, I do that.
Yeah, you're always in KDL. Why?
Yeah. Ah, when it gets tough. Although initially I used to, from the beginning of the semester, I start going for KDA. Actually, read daily.
Okay, in KDL.
Yeah, I read daily. I start
Okay.
very early from the beginning of the semester. Start going to KDA because I've discovered that my brain, I pick things when I've read a number of times. I
Okay.
don't do crash it. It doesn't work for me.
Oh, like you
So,
have to be reading and be
oh,
reading and it's
exactly,
okay.
exactly.
Hmm. That's nice. Do you ever feel burnt out? Like burn out anytime?
Hmm, no, not really. Although I just try to prevent it. When I see that I'm getting tired, I take some rest. I just go down.
Hmm.
Maybe for a week, I may not read so much. But I won't read so much. At least, and I try to prevent that because when the exam is close.
Mm-hmm.
But some people, the way they do it, some people be in KDF from, I mean, from the time low exam starts,
Mm-hmm.
see the end of the exam. I don't know how they do it. For me, I think it's dangerous.
Yeah,
They
actually,
don't sleep.
I used to like at the time I used to go to KDL very well. There are some people that every time they're in
You see them, yeah,
KDL,
you see
like
them there every
every
time.
time.
You see them there.
Wow,
See a
that's
lot.
nice. The thing is, this reading, like how many hours do you read a day? Like an estimate.
At least, is actually what matters is consistency.
Okay,
So
yeah.
somebody can maybe if he's ignited today and he reads for 8 hours, tomorrow he doesn't
Mm,
read,
mm,
next tomorrow he doesn't read. He will lose that energy, let me see. And even the things that he got during his 8 hours reading, he forget everything. If
mm,
somebody can maintain at least 3 hours every day, the person will be very good. Every day he doesn't break it at all and is
mm.
consistent and he knows what he's doing, the person will not struggle. I
Wow.
believe.
So the key is actually the
Consistency,
consistency in
yeah.
reading, not
Yes.
like just read today. I want
Mm,
to read for 20 hours.
exactly. The person will even burn out. It's
Mm.
dangerous.
So what's your own model? What model do you use? Because to me, law is actually like based on the things I've heard and all of that. And you guys, your exam is not like you can study past question to
Mm.
like study for the exam and all of that because your exam is kind of different. So being on first class, it has to be like you have a model and to keep staying on that first class because I've seen a lot of people too that were in first class probably in their 100 levels 100 but they dropped. But you yes you are in you are a penultimate student, which means you are in a level to your final year, right? So that means you have a model. What's your model?
I just try to know my lecturers. Know my
Okay.
lecturers per se. I mean, for each level, we encounter different lecturers and different lecturers take different courses.
Mm,
So for me, I try to know the lecturers, what they want, what they can ask in exam. I attend classes. I attend classes.
okay.
So some lecturers say things that they just raise a question. Oh, think about this, think about this. Those kind of things sometimes they form exam questions. People that pay attention, they will easily maybe make something on it, and if it comes out in exam,
Okay.
that's a bonus for them.
Mm,
So I think it's just basically knowing your lecturers. And yeah, we don't use past questions in law. You see future questions. It's
okay.
very
There's
dangerous.
no past
Ve-
question, there's future question.
It's very dangerous.
Okay.
So what we do, we just try to predict exam questions, but we don't leave anything out per se. We permit it, but smartly. It doesn't work every time.
Mm,
Competition is very dangerous. I've done it. Sometimes it hits me, but uh, just knowing lecturers.
wow. So on that note, knowing your lecturers, what are the other things you feel students should also know for to become or to be an excellent student? You've talked about knowing your lecturer, time management. What are the other things you feel students should also know?
Okay, yeah, I like saying something that we pass exams not by what we did before the exam, but by what we did in the exam.
Okay.
Someone can read so much, he read so much, a lot,
Okay.
did TDB and all of that. But when he gets to the exam, he's unable to reproduce
Like yeah,
what he
to
wrote,
put
and it's
down.
what he wrote that will mark.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell people every time that even if I don't have so much in my head, if I can put it down very well, I will still score very. I will still score high.
Mm, yeah.
So yeah, what people should learn is how to answer questions. Have a
Okay.
structure for your exam, particularly essay questions. Have a
Okay.
structure. You don't just go for an exam and you have your ideas scattered in your head. You don't even have it in one place. That's very dangerous. So it's always
Okay.
important to have a structure. Have a structure for your exam. Know how to answer your questions. Don't answer anyhow because it's what you write that they
That
will
they will
mark.
mark. It's not
That's
like what is in your head that you put
exactly
down.
is what you put down.
Wow, that's really nice. The last time we were talking, you said something about um that there's this idea about people say if you don't build your CGPA from 100 level, that it's going to be hard to be on first class. Like cannot be on first class, and you
Mm.
said you don't agree with that. So what's your take on that?
Okay, using my let me see, using my experience.
Okay,
On the level first semester I was on 3.4, like I said.
okay,
And then second semester, yeah, I decided to boost it, did a lot of things. I ended
okay,
up with a 3.68 first
okay.
class.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere level, a lot of things happened. I
Mm.
was taking four unit courses. So I just first semester 20 level, I had some B's, I had three B's. So it was dangerous because and they were all 4 unit courses. So the GP went down.
Wow.
After that again, second semester, I thought I was going to like come up. I thought I
Mm.
did so much. Then I had 68 for 4 unit courses,
Ah.
268. So it was dangerous. Eventually the CGPA came down to 3.59. For 300 level, I just knew that I had to do something. But you hear this kind of things like, oh, thoughts, love thoughts, command transfers, all the course, they are
Mm.
more difficult. How do
Mm-hmm.
you want to do it? I don't listen to naysayers. People
Okay.
that don't believe in possibility, I don't listen to them.
Mm.
So I go to seniors that I see what they are doing very well. Some people score as high as 80 in law courses and I be like, how are you doing it? So I listen to those ones because at least they have results.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and eventually my training level I wrote a perfect CGPA, my training level, first semester, second semester, 4.0 both semesters.
Wow.
So I don't buy that belief at all. At
So you
all.
believe even if your CGPA is not like you are not closer to like the first class when you are in 100, you can still build up your
Yes, so
CGPA and
far
be on
as
first class.
yes.
Oh, that's really nice. And another thing you said, I think I like the idea of is that you should not take advice from the people who have not done what you want to do,
Yeah.
and it's only people that has done it that believes it's possible,
Yeah.
and you yourself should also believe in possibilities.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. Okay, so now we're going into like the truth or cap edition. We've done this for some of our previous this thing. So I'm going to be giving you some questions. You tell me your take on it, whether it's a truth or whether it's a cap. You get. So number one is most people that sit in front are actually the most unserious students.
Mm. Cap.
I also think it's a cap. You don't have to read everything, just study past questions.
Ah, cap. Big one.
Yeah, especially for law actually. Once you start making good grades, people start watching your every move. Like once you're on first class, let's say once you're on first class, people start watching you.
That's true.
You believe that's
Yeah.
true? Okay. Um, group reading is actually 90% gist and 10% study.
True.
Do you do group reading?
I don't.
You don't. Why?
No time for that.
No time for that. Hmm. Okay. This one says law students read in the bedroom too.
Ah, true.
Have you read in the bedroom?
Ah,
No. Yeah, no. Okay. Joseph, you read a lot. Like I said, I've seen you in video a lot of times actually. How do you take your time off the academic pressure? Like how do you manage your leisure time? Like do you have time to rest, to enjoy yourself, like to do other things apart from academic stuff? How do you do that?
yeah. I'm part of some organizations,
Okay.
but I say that I really don't have a leisure time. I like being busy.
You
I
like
like
being
working.
busy.
Yeah, I like working. So if I'm not doing academics, is that I'm running business actively
Mm.
or tutorials per se, and then my church commitments. That's how
Okay.
I navigate.
Wow. Do you have a girlfriend?
No, no,
Why?
I spend time.
Just sometimes busy man. So you are the you say you are the workaholic type.
Yeah, like
Actually, work is good actually for those that know it. Okay, now
at least money will come out of it.
when
Money will come out of it.
Money will come out of it. So the goal
Definitely.
is actually the money part.
Yeah, it's part of it.
Okay. In your academic, what inspired you to like start teaching others, like start taking tutorials and all of that? And what is like the most fulfilling part of it all?
What motivated me to start teaching others? Let me say for university aspirants.
Okay.
When I was university aspirant, I feel like when I was a UI aspirant, I
Mm,
faced a lot.
mm,
I didn't have enough information. I didn't even know the
okay.
things to read. So it was all a struggle. And I came from a place just like a village.
Mm,
And no person like literally has been to UI. Not even talk of studying a good course like law.
wow.
And my elder brother struggled so much to gain admission to UI medicine. So I just knew that somebody had to be teaching
Mm,
these people, giving them information and
mhm,
all of that. And then for tutorials I do for my juniors and friends, all of that. Um, my earlier days in UI 100 level, I struggled so much. I had to be relying on people, first semester particularly, listening to them, and I think I fell into some people's hands that they tell you just it's not possible.
mm,
You can't. How will you score? You can't score 70. All of those things.
mm,
So I decided that at least let there be a good person that will motivate this people that you can do
mm.
it. You can
Yeah.
do it. You can do it.
So yours is like the motivation is like you should be the one to stand in the gap and
Mm,
tell them there's a
there's
possibility.
possibility.
That's really nice, actually.
And then one of the most, let me say, the most fulfilling part
Hmm.
is the joy, like the joy that it brings not just to me but to people. Some parents sometimes they call me, they appreciate. Even me,
Hmm.
I'm happy
Yeah.
because someone that's been seeking admission for years gets admitted, and when the person gets a good course, they get very happy. So
Oh,
yeah, I find it fulfilling.
that's a purposeful task, actually. Very interesting. If you weren't studying law, what would you be studying? Like, ask. Like the question is like in first person. If I weren't studying law, I would be
I think it's low or not.
law. Nothing.
There was just no course in the art department that I saw. So as I saw law, law
Wow. One thing I will never do during the exam period is
shitting.
hmm cheating. Oh, that's really interesting. Have you missed the test before?
No.
No. Okay. So this question does not concern you. Joseph, what advice would you give to students who want to do well academically but they are struggling with staying consistent? Because one of the things you mentioned is actually staying consistent. So, what advice would you give to people who are struggling but they want to excel academically?
Okay, first I will say don't be hard on yourself. Like yeah, you tried you saw that you are not consistent. You
Mm,
don't stop, you continue. Yeah, what gives results is consistency. If I start today and let me say I could not continue, I will still continue whenever I pick up from where I stopped. I
okay.
don't stop or give up. Yeah, it may look so hard, but if you continue, if you persist, you will master it. And yeah, it's always good to fix a time that one wants to be rigid.
Okay,
You
have a
have
structure.
exactly have a structure. So you
Okay.
know, okay, this time I'm in class, by this time I'll be done. Okay, I want to eat by this time, I want to start reading by this time. So
Mm-hmm.
once somebody can have a schedule, yeah, the person will not struggle too much. And you just need to have like let me say the arts to keep to it every time.
Mm,
Once it's your reading time, just start. Don't wait for any.
yeah. Okay. Um, how do you personally stay disciplined?
That's the
Because
discipline.
actually, discipline is one thing that helps you. You can't just. What's your own idea of like discipline?
Discipline. Let me say it's just because of the goals I set. I
Okay.
know what it takes to get them done. So I just decide to put in the effort. It's a lot. This is a lot. I agree. I agree. Sometimes you want to, ah, oh, let's sleep today, but then the work must be done.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a test, you can't say, I'm so tired. You're about to fail.
Yeah, actually, failure is
Mm,
looking at you. Okay. What's next for you? Law practice, academia, or something else? After UI, or like what's like what are you looking at now?
both
Academia and
and slow practice.
wow, you want to be a lawyer?
Yeah, I want to
What
be.
aspect in law?
I'm not decided yet,
You've not decided.
but I
Why
have
is it that everybody I ask those questions, they be like, I've not decided. Why is that?
The thing is that in you and I will take all branches of law. So you don't
Okay,
know the personal, or some people know the one that interests them though. But I don't think I've really found a niche
that you want to
that I
go
want to
into.
go into now.
Okay, is it when you get into law school that you now
Yeah,
find it?
yeah.
That's really nice. Maybe you can even go to family law. Or become a divorce lawyer.
That was lawyer.
That one is crazy. All right. Is there like a last message that you want to leave to students watching this? Probably an advice or a closing word or something that you would like to give to people watching this, and probably something they can take away from your story here.
I like to see something that's if not for excellence, why do it at all?
Why be a mediocre?
Why be mediocre
Hmm.
when you can be excellent? So if I one of the let me say Bible verses that strikes me. So whatever you want to find it to do, do it
Do
with
it
all your
well.
might. So it's always it's just the basic thing. If you are studying a course, why not do it well? Why waste your time studying it? And
Hmm.
then maybe you're not even the one sponsoring yourself. Why waste your parents' money?
Hmm.
Thank you very much. That's all.
So, guys, you've heard from Joseph, one of the best students, penultimate students in the Faculty of Law, and he's doing well. He's also helping others, and he has given some of the key principles to actually excel well academically. So, I am yours faithfully, Moses Ololade. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Hey everyone. I want to say that I had an amazing experience at the spotlight room. Nice guys, friendly atmosphere, and nice gadgets. I am Joseph Wujere, and this is the spotlight room.